fire disappears into the mild.
আমার যমুনার জলে দেখতে কালো স্নান করিতে লাগে ভালো যৌবন মিশিয়া গেল আমার যমুনার জল দেখতে কালো স্নান করিতে লাগে ভালো যৌবন মিশিয়া গেল সলে গোড়া পানিতে
चेहरा छुपा के रखना चेहरा सजा के रखना चेहरा छुपा के रखना ये दिल की बात अपने दिल में दबा के रखना
The beating drum is eclipsed for sound by tens of thousands from Argentina, whose passion weighs on him. Argentina, 8 years since their hordes crossed the border to the Maracanã, only to retreat with painted faces smeared by tears. Then the world seemed to weigh on Messi. Now, with the wisdom and perspective of rounded maturity, he seems ready for the world. France World Cup finalists for the 4th time in 7, unarguably the preeminent nation of this generation. Winning has become their self-perpetuating habit. And with Emi Martinez in goal, Argentina select the same defence as started the semi-final. That means a 100th cap for Nicolas Otamendi, and Nicolas Tagliafico preferred at left-back to Marcos Acuna. Adjustment though further forward, the combative Paredes gives way to the creative Angel Di Maria, and Lionel Messi's 26th World Cup appearance represents a new record. He and Julian Alvarez account for 9 of Argentina's. For France, Hugo Lloris can become the first captain ever to lift the World Cup twice. Tayo Upamecano is fully recovered and reclaims his place from Konate in the back four. Varane is fine. Adrien Rabiot, who also missed the semi-final, reclaims his place from Youssouf Fofana. Messrs Griezmann and Mbappe both scored in the last World Cup final. Olivier Giroud is another of 5 in this side, who also started the equivalent game in Moscow. France again, or Argentina at last. What a pop! McAllister got plenty on it.
Right start from Argentina, not the best.
Now Angel Di Maria. Di Maria's cutback has reached Rodrigo de Paul. De Paul strikes! The deflection from Varane flies wide. It's near by Rabiot. Alvarez competing. Lloris couldn't gather. The referee has intervened, and France have a clearing free kick.
Finding Argentina sharp, hungry opponents.
Mbappe, that's sweet. Rabiot. Good protection for Martinez.
The way he plays those 1-2s at times, it's...
And here is Messi. And here's Rodrigo de Paul. Lionel Messi. Angel Di Maria. It bobbled up in front of him.
Well, that's the way it's been for France in these early stages. Just not at the races.
Back from Mbappe. And tumbling under challenge from de Paul as he sought to penetrate the penalty area. Floated in by Griezmann. And attacked at full velocity by Olivier Giroud. All through for Di Maria, touched on by Alvarez. Di Maria away from Koundé. He's gone to ground, he's got a penalty. Dembele had a little flick. Di Maria went tumbling. And Argentina eye the first massive opportunity of the night.
Well, he's looked lively from the start. Does he clip his heels here? Perhaps just making Di Maria trip up. I don't think VAR are going to overturn this. He's looked so dangerous on these one-on-ones. Said Koundé might be in trouble, but Dembele was even in more bother there. Has to stop the Argentine.
Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Goal in the last 16. Penalty in the quarter-final. Penalty in the semi-final. Messi and the world. A breath, a heartbeat, and Messi! A goal forevermore. Perhaps his moment for infinity. As if predestined.
Well, they deserve it, don't they? By far the better team so far. And I'm not sure anybody in this stadium thought he was going to miss this. Talk about a cool head. France have not come to the party yet. They've hardly kicked a ball in anger and they find themselves a goal down. But a long, long way to go here.
Whatever the outcome, he has had at least his moment. He and they, tens of thousands of them, millions of them, over the parks and squares and bars and cafes of Buenos Aires. Wants to take on Hernandez. He'll happily cash it in for a corner.
Yeah, he had to wait for the ref's permission to come on and he just stepped onto the pitch.
In by Messi. I think by Giroud from the near post. Fire he put out before it began to rage. Messi.
Oh, lovely.
Delightful. Alvarez. Here's McAllister. Di Maria is the spare man. Angel Di Maria. Glorious goal. That is just beautiful.
One of the goals of the tournament in terms of teamwork. No surprise that Lionel Messi's involved. What about that for a little two-touch? And afterwards, you knew McAllister had seen his man. You knew he was aware of where Di Maria was, and you knew Di Maria was going to finish it. That's exquisite. There seemed an inevitability about this. They've just been too much for France. The French can't cope with it. They cannot cope. Absolutely brilliant.
Angel Di Maria, who scored the goal which made them continental champions last year at the expense of Brazil, has come up with another iconic Argentine moment. Tears. He blinks back the moment.
He's absolutely flying. This is quite something, this double substitution, isn't it? Decisive management from Deschamps.
He is taking off Giroud, he is taking off Dembele, he's replacing them with Marcus Thuram, and also the guy who came off the bench and scored with his first touch in the semi-final. Well, now these are going to be borrowed seconds at the end of the first half. They have the players who have played. Messi is one of them. He converted a penalty midway through the half after Dembele fouled Di Maria. And the history is on Argentine shoulders, particularly on the broad shoulders of Lionel Messi.
He's the only enemy, maybe, and a mistake like that